Think Different TV, live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Lashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet. You're the reason I wake up, the reason I smile. What? You mean to tell me Think Different TV has their own merch website? I just don't believe it. What? They have hoodies, mugs, toddler tees, kid classic pullovers, bucket hats, stainless steel water bottles, woman comfort tees, crew socks, kids premium tees, baby onesies, even a premium cotton t-shirt for men. And what is that? You can use the code EARLYBIRD to get 5% off of your order. And if you have Afterpay, you can split the payments. Oh my gosh, like this is just unbelievable. What colors do we have? Ooh. Fancy. That's nice. It's a showdown between a music artist and a published author on this episode of Think Different TV's Player Pass. Who will be victorious? Find out by tuning in Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. Imagine a high-stakes trivia game show where contestants face off in intense battles of wit, strategy, and nerve. Every decision matters. You can take a chance on yourself or your competitor with the ultimate goal to come out on top and win the grand prize. It's not just about knowledge, it's about strategy, guts, and the thrill of uncertainty. Our enigmatic host, Bubbles, guides contestants through the ultimate trivia showdown. This is Think Different TV's Player Pass. Are you ready to pop? Catch Think Different TV's Player Pass every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. Enjoying the show? Big fan of trivia game shows? Would you like to be a contestant on Tdtv's Pop? We'd love to have you. Contact us at 267-225-1824 or email Lashia.
I mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
Hey, you're watching my mommy on Think Different TVs.
I'm coming in hot.
This is a tough one, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Think Different TV, where minds meet. I'm your host, Lashia. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I will say Friday kicked off my weekend pretty fierce because my Eagles won against the Slackers, the Green Bay Slackers. So we won. It was amazing. We lost some people. We lost Rich Homie Quan. I don't know if we lost him before my last episode or in between time. We've been experiencing a lot of loss in the celebrity world. And today we lost James Earl Jones. So it's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I hope y'all got a chance to check out the lineup crazy. Sunday, in my opinion, with Think Different TV's Lashia. Then Monday, you here right now with me at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Think Different TV. And Tuesday, we had Think Different TV's Player Pass game show, which airs at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
and I ran over it real fast. But in my opinion, but I think different TVs. Lashia is on It's Yours Radio. Shout out to the hosts, my bros, Donnie O and Beck. It's every Sunday between 4 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Live 97.5 FM in Salisbury, Maryland, or you can listen in on www.live975.com. My segment is at 5:15. All right, y'all. We're going to jump into some heavy stuff today. Heavy stuff. I don't really like talking about stuff like this. It's very sad, but it's something that we need to discuss from time to time because it consistently happens. It happens. So as you can see, our Tdtv exclusive for tonight is Senseless School Shootings. When will they stop? When will they stop? When will it stop? So on the screen are the latest 4 victims of the most recent school shooting at Allahatchie High School, I believe, out in Winder, Georgia, or Winder, Georgia, one or the other. You have Richard Aspinwall, a teacher. You have Christina Aramy, also a teacher. And you have young students, Christian Angulo and Mason Schermerhorn. Okay. This is just crazy, y'all. Really, no reason for this to happen at all. So doing a little digging and following the story of this most recent school shooting, which is this one, I believe. On September 4th, 2024, a mass shooting occurred at Allahatchie High School near Winder, Georgia, United States. 2 students and 2 teachers were unalived, while 9 other people were injured. A suspect, 14-year-old Colt Gray, was taken into custody and charged with 4 counts of felony murder. He's being charged as an adult. His father, Colin Gray, or Colin Gray, however, was also charged with 2nd-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter in relation to the shooting, having bought his son the gun allegedly used in the shooting. The shooting is the deadliest school shooting in the history of Georgia. But not in the history of school shootings, which is crazy. We literally just had one. Another one just happened. I was at my mom's job today, and we were listening to Steve Harvey, and they were talking about how a 15-year-old shot a 16-year-old in the bathroom, or was it the opposite way? No, a 16-year-old shot a 15-year-old in the bathroom in a school in Maryland. And at the end, the article, they said that no, there are no metal detectors at the school. They said that this altercation happened in the bathroom. Where the hell are the NTAs? Because my thing is that I remember going to Girls High, and I don't recall ever having a moment to just hang out in the bathroom unless, and I wouldn't want to. I get it. Sometimes people think that that's like a cool hangout spot, but in the bathroom, And then they had an altercation. So what was this altercation that they had in the bathroom? That's neither here nor there. The problem is that a lot of these young folks are getting hold of guns, and it's about damn time that the parents who are supplying these guns to their kids are being charged just like the kids. See, what was happening was these kids was shooting up schools and stuff like that. Now we all let's take it back, because the very first school shooting I remember in the history of in my history, you know, was the Columbine school shooting. And this is when it was supposed to also be a bombing, right? It was supposed to also be a bombing there. And it occurred on April 20th, 1999. And you know what's so crazy is that now, what y'all do on 420? What do y'all do on 420? Go ahead. Y'all know what y'all do on 420? Y'all know exactly what y'all do on 420. But it shares the same date as the Columbine high school shooting in Columbine, Colorado. The perpetrators, 12th grade students Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, unalived 12 students and one teacher. 10 of the 12 students unalived were in the school library, where Harris and Klebold subsequently died by suicide. 21 additional people were injured by gunshots, and gunfire was also exchanged with the police. Another 3 people were injured trying to escape. The Columbine massacre was the deadliest mass shooting at a K-12 school in U.S. history until December 2012. Until December 2012. Wow. So it happened again. And I think that's I believe that's the Sandy Hook one. Columbine is still considered one of the most infamous massacres in the U.S. for inspiring many other school shootings and bombings. The word Columbine has since become a byword for modern school shootings. As of 2024, Columbine is still the deadliest school shooting in Colorado and one of the deadliest mass shootings in the United States. There were 15 deaths, 24 injured. The motive is inconclusive. The reason for it all, it perished along with the 2 guys who did it. And there were people convicted. Mark Maines and Philip Duran, they were the ones who supplied the weapons. And it was the conviction of supplying a handgun to a minor, possession of an illegally sawed-off shotgun. And they received 6 and 4.5 years in prison, respectively. Wow. Wow. But the laws are changing, guys. If they are charging parents with crimes and giving them the max sentence for those crimes, things could be changing for people who supply guns as well and supply the ammunition to commit such tragedies. All right. This one was the Sandy Hook incident. Now, remember they said December of 2012? Well, this one was the one that happened in December of 2012. On December 14th, 2012, a mass shooting occurred at the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, United States. The perpetrator, 20-year-old Adam Lanza, shot and killed 26 people. I'm sorry, unalive. I apologize. 20 of the victims were children between 6 and 7 years old, and the other 6 were adult staff members. Earlier that day, before driving to school, Lanza, whatever his name is, Lanza, fatally shot his mother at their Newtown home. As first responders arrived at the school, he unalived himself with a gunshot to the head. Yeah. Motive, again, inconclusive, because you don't know. It perished along with him. The incident is the deadliest mass shooting in Connecticut history and the deadliest at an elementary school in U.S. history. The shooting prompted renewed debate about gun control in the United States, including proposals to make the background check system universal and for new federal and state gun legislation banning the sale of manufacture of certain types of semi-automatic firearms and magazines, which can hold more than 10 rounds of ammunition. Before I continue on, I just want to thank all of you who are tuning in right now. I know this is a very serious topic. You know, viewer discretion is advised. Probably should have said that at the top of the show, because this is a very serious topic. If you are joining me on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, thank you so much. I appreciate you for tuning in tonight. Make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell on my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. Also, let's share the love by sharing the live. After you share, comment, hashtag Tdtv. And shout out to Imitation by Jarrell. Y'all know Queen been rocking out with me since the beginning of the show. And shout out to my sponsor, Euphoria Water. You saw the commercial. You'll be seeing it later on in the show as well. All right, y'all. Also, my Instagram watchers, the live shuts off after a certain period of time, but I don't think I'm gonna be on here that long. But if I am on past an hour, you might want to come on over to YouTube. Also, if you are leaving comments on Instagram, I can't see them because StreamYard has not yet enabled us to do that, to see the comments on Instagram. So if you have any comments or any anything you want to say about the recent incidents, the school shootings, you want to share your opinion, I don't want you to feel like you're not being seen, you're not being heard. It's just that I can't see them. So you can come right on over to YouTube, Think Different TV, and you can watch it over here and also leave your comments and I can see them in real time. All right? All right. Back to what we was discussing. So this was the Sandy Hook incident. And a couple of years ago, we had the Robb Elementary School shooting. This was in May of 2022. The target was actually students and staff at Robb Elementary School. A former student of the school, 18 years old, he don't even go to the school no more. Like he was well removed from the school. It's an elementary school. A former student at the school, the people that he attended school with not even there anymore either. So he can't say, oh, I was bullied and I'm retaliating this, that, and third. He fatally shot 19 students and 2 teachers while injuring 17 others. After shooting and wounding his grandmother at their home, he drove to and entered the school, remaining in the classrooms where he shot the victims before members of the United States Border Patrol tactical unit shot him after he had bypassed local and state officers who had been in the hallways. All right. Police officers waited more than 1 hour and 14 minutes on site before breaching the classroom to engage him. Police cordoned off the school grounds, resulting in violent conflicts between police and civilians, including parents who were attempting to enter the school to rescue children. As a consequence, law enforcement officers in Uvalde were criticized for their response, and their conduct was reviewed in separate investigations by the Texas Ranger Division and United States Department of Justice. So this one triggered a lot of people because they felt like law enforcement did not do enough to protect the children and the students and the teachers that were unalived. Felt like they were slow to react, slow to respond, and what I would say to that is I feel it was just like they were not trained properly for this sort of situation, and they probably was like thinking in their head, get home, which means, don't engage this guy because I might not be able to get home to see my family and but at the same time, the guy was in the classroom and unalived a whole class pretty much. I'm not gonna lie, being a mother who has her child in who's not homeschooling her child, this makes me very worried, because teachers can only do so much. There are now legislations being in the works, laws being put in the works to allow teachers to carry firearms in the classrooms. And how sad is it that somewhere we should feel somewhat safe has become this playground for people with very evil thoughts and very devious plans and cruel intentions. Like, it's very scary because we already have a fear of, you walk down the street, something can happen to you while you're walking along the street. You go here, like, it's this fear that I don't like having. I want to be able to live my life, and I want to be able to not be so anxious. And what this has done is put a lot of anxiety out there. Tragedies like this have so many different effects. One, the people who are immediately in the line of fire, the victims, their families, right? They have to deal with the fact that their loved ones are never going to be around again. And they have to deal with how they might have that morning gave them a kiss on the cheek and sent them off to school. and was not even thinking that that would be the last time they see him. And they have to always carry that one memory in their mind. You get what I'm saying? Because they can no longer touch or smell or speak to their loved one again, teachers and students, right? Then you got the students who are in the class when it all goes down, and they could not be harmed physically, but mentally, having that picture. One of the students of Richard Aspinwall, one of the latest victims in the Alapache shooting, she explained that once their teacher got shot, they had to drag his body into the classroom. And she was so overwhelmed, she started to have a seizure just from witnessing this tragic event in front of her face. She started having a seizure herself. Her sister was in a classroom down the hall and was the very first classroom that this kid, Colt, took and knocked on the door. And she was like, wait a minute, look like he has a gun. She's telling the teacher, like, he has a gun. Like, I don't think we should let him in. And so he must have got frustrated and he just went to the next class that let him in. And it was truly like a case of he was a vampire. Like once they let him in, he did major damage. I'm trying not to get overwhelmed as I say these things because, again, I am a parent and I have a child in school. And no, we're not homeschooling. And, you know, even though there is top-notch security, you never know. And it makes me so upset that it's like they're trying to keep us caged in our own homes. They're trying to, it's this fear now that just every day, hug, kiss, you know, make sure that my son knows I love him every day. Him going to school, me going to work. You never know, because there's people out here that ain't wrapped too tight. And going back, rewind, when I was saying teachers can only do so much, it starts in the home before these kids go to school, right? And I truly believe that if your family is giving you positive affirmations and making you feel loved and valued at home, when you go to school and you get teased and bullied, it's not going to penetrate you. It's not going to penetrate your thick skin as much because you have people at home that love you and value you and respect you. And this school is just a phase. It's one phase of your life. And there's a lot of people that feel like their phase is the end all be all. So they're like, I'm not going to get through my high school years. I keep getting bullied. So my recourse is to either unalive myself or unalive those who have done me wrong and then myself. This recent case with the Colt Gray guy, I'm just beyond words. Because after some digging, Come to find out, this kid literally was at the school for 2 days. 2 days. He was not a former, he just was transferred to this school. So he has no history with the teachers. He has no history with the students that go there. I doubt that they did massive damage and bullying within 1 day of school. And then the dad, he apparently got him this firearm for Christmas. And didn't think nothing of it. Also, the morning of the shooting, the boy's mother called the school and told them to be on the lookout, because sometimes the mother knows her child and knows that, and that's good and bad. Like, they know the good qualities about their child, and they know the bad qualities of their child. And they said that she called and I guess was trying to warn them or whatever that something was going to go down. Allegedly, I don't know. Like, it's saying, it's being reported everywhere. It's being reported everywhere. So I don't know if that's like the truth of the matter. If it is, I don't know if they're trying to put it on the school, because it's like, listen, even the mom tried to tell you that this kid was up to no good, and you did not heed the warning. And I don't know if this is trying to build a case for the families of the victims against the school. I have no idea. All I know is that I'm going to say this and put this out there. That boy got the complexion for protection, okay? Because how in the world could he unalive 4 people, not 1 person, not 2, not 3, 4 people that he didn't even really know, had no history with, nothing, and make it out of that school alive? How? Now, y'all heard me talk about the Columbine joint. The Bulls, they unalived themselves. Rob Elementary, the tactical force, they shot and unalived the perpetrator. All right. Sandy Hook, the boy unalived himself. Okay. Or was it the other way around? I think it was Rob Elementary, the boy unalived himself. I don't know. But they did not have this outcome where the guy the perpetrator actually is facing a judge. Now, the shooting that happened in Maryland, those that 16-year-old, I mean the 16-year-old that unalived the 15-year-old in the bathroom with a firearm. They said the gun has not been recovered. But they caught him within minutes too. So he's gonna be facing trial too. But this situation, and the only reason why I said I put them together is because they both happened in the school setting. But this kid, this monster, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to see that a lot of them have the same look. Hello. He was able to go into the school and take the lives of 4 people and leave alive. let's think back. Let's think back. Y'all remember the guy who unalived 9 church people in the church and managed to get out unscathed? They took him for Burger King, let him have his meal, all of the above. The complexion for protection, that pisses me off. It makes me mad because it's like, had it been a Black student, they would have shot him dead. It was another school shooting. It's so many school shootings that's coming to my mind, because there was one where the bull, he got unalived by cops when he shot up the school. It's, how are they getting these guns? And when will it stop? When will this end? We got let me jump to the comments real quick. We got the Fly Bohemian in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Think Different TV. Stop in. We know that's Mad Max. She's been on a couple of episodes of Think Different TV's Play or Pass. We got Reby in the house tonight. She's usually my. Why is it hard for me to hit these comments? Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my. Why is it like it's not letting me hit the comments? I hope y'all can still hear me. Yep. There we go. Now it's switching. Okay. Reby said, deep statement. What's up, Reby? Welcome to Think Different TV. She's usually my top commenter. She says, deep statement, complexion for protection. And she said he got Burger King on the way to jail. Why is it doing this? So y'all can hear me. I'm trying to figure out why my comment is weird. So weird. It's like I can't. You know what it is? As soon as I start talking about something deep and that we need to really discuss, StreamYard want to act all crazy. Because when I was I'm back. I'm back. I don't know what's going on, y'all. All right. See? There you go. I start talking about some deep stuff, and now it's acting haywire. But yeah, y'all, it's just been crazy for these past years. I wanted to show y'all the timeline of school shootings. I hope y'all still with me. Y'all still with me? Give me a hell yeah if you can still hear me. Cause I don't know what's going on with everything, but That's crazy. Just let me know if y'all can still hear me. I got people watching. I'm not sure if what I'm saying is translated to you guys. So I hope y'all can still hear me, and then I could continue. As soon as I get a thumbs up in the comments, then I'll continue. Thank you, Reby. All right. So we gonna get back into this. All right. So this is a timeline of school shootings from Columbine to the present. All right. So as y'all can see, this ain't no little timeline, because y'all, this is just from 1999 to 2003. 1999 to 2003. Look at all them school shootings we had. All the dark blue ones is high school, all the green ones is elementary schools, all the purple ones is universities. Then you got K through 12 schools, and then you got a middle, junior high. Now here's a crazy thing, right? We be like, we want to put our kids in a school where they can get into a routine and they can kind of like grow with their classmates and everything like that. And that's the option that my son's father and I chose, is to put him in a K through 12 school. But the dangers of that is that there is this, but then there's even kids coming to school with guns and stuff like that. Because I think it was like a 6-year-old that actually shot and unalived his teacher because he had access to a gun, and I think the mom was charged in the shooting as well. When you put them in K through 12 schools, you got a mixture of different ages going to the school. And so K through 4th is one, then you got 5th through 8th, and then you got 9 through 12. And sometimes they're in the same building, sometimes they're in separate buildings. Sometimes they are in separate buildings and they share a building, like the gym or the auditorium or the cafeteria. But they go at different times. And there is a fear that comes with that too, because it's like, okay, so you got kids that haven't really experienced life yet, so they're not really getting picked on, and they're kind of like playing in school, and they're not really like at that. But then you got these pubescent kids, and then pubescent children that are going to the same school, and they're probably going through getting teased and bullied and all these different things. Not saying that that's always the excuse used, because in this recent one, it was not an excuse, because he wasn't even there but 2 days. And on the second day, this is when he did all of this. On the second day, he went to school. The second day of school. We couldn't even get through a week of school, y'all, before all these school shootings started happening. And it's like a chain reaction. It's like one happened over here, then another one happened over here, another one happened over here. It's like, did they sit down over summer break? Nobody did their summer reading, but they wrote up a schematic of all the havoc that they were going to cause in the following year. They did not do their summer reading at all. They was just up there drawing up a plan of how to take everybody out in school. That's crazy as hell. And what made me mad is that a lot of these kids, they be so like, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to. And I hate to say this, but it's like, why can't you just go on that journey alone? Why do you have to go and take other people out? And then it's the same with drunk drivers. These drunk drivers get on the road and they just be like, I hate life and everything like that. And they never be the ones that end up dying. They be taking out a whole bunch of other people, and and for some reason that alcohol must be the cloak of invincibility because they walk out unscathed. Like, what did I just do? I was drunk out of my mind. You know, like, so like I said, that that was just the first one, Rebe. And it does look like a septic map. When you look at it, it does look like a septoral map. That was just the first. Then you got 2004 to 2008. Look at all that. Look at all of this. Oh my gosh. Look at this one right here. Bloomsburg. What does that say? Blacksburg, Virginia. Virginia Tech. Oh yeah, the Virginia Tech shooting. Look at that. All the red dots are fatalities. All the gray dots are injuries up at the top. That is ridiculous. Can't even go to a university. You pay all this money to go to a university, you spend all this money, you get on daggone financial aid to go to these universities, and then you end up going to school with someone who is a killer, who probably got a full ride to the school that you have scraped and saved and signed up for this scholarship and that scholarship, and you did this grant and that grant, signed up for student loans to go to this school, and then this person that got a full ride scholarship, or who is pretty much given a path to go where everything is funded for, and they say, I hate my life and I'm going to go get a gun and go to the school and shoot up the school. I'm gonna look into it. Has there been any school shootings at a HBCU? I'm just wondering. Has there been? I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice in my life. Has there been any school shootings at all Black universities, all Black colleges? Other than people coming into there to shut us down? Has there been? I want to know. I got to do some more research. I'm gonna look into that. Here's 2009 to 2013. Once again, we have 47 fatalities, 20 injuries between 2009 and 2013. Most fatalities was in Newtown, Connecticut at Sandy Hook, which happened in 2012. In December, right before Christmas, 10 days before Christmas, 11 days before Christmas, then we have 2014 to 2018, 53 fatalities and 114 injuries. Well, we have the University of California in Santa Barbara. We have Santa Fe High School. Some of these schools ain't even make the news, y'all. Most of these schools ain't even make the news. But look at all of this. Look at this. From 2014 to 2018, look at all the school shootings that done happened. It's crazy because school shootings are like roaches, right? Like you may see one, but there's like 10 to that one that's happening behind the scenes that we don't even know about because they don't want to overwhelm us. So they'll like this happened over here and this is like really, really tragic. So we'll just focus over here. But meanwhile, there's like 20 other school shootings happening all at the same time. Imagine how much they're trying to hide because they really don't want to admit that this is a problem, that gun legislation and gun laws are the problem. And they need to be fixed. Like they might talk about it in these meetings that they have, but it's not talked about enough if there's nothing being done about it. Or maybe there's stuff being done about it, but there's one thing to make the laws, but then enforcing them is a whole nother thing. And guys, look at this. 2019 to 2023. Oh, do y'all see? Do y'all see that there is virtually no virtually because we were virtual in 2020. And look at that big old gap right there. Look at that, y'all. That big old gap in the timeline. No school shootings in the year of 2020 going into 2021. But there was one right before we were on lockdown. And that one was at Sacred Heart School in December in Jersey City. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Nobody was injured, no fatalities. But there was one right before that in Santa Clarita, California, at a high school in November. There was 2 fatalities and 3 injuries. And then you come back to school, everybody come back to school, and then it just pick right back on up. Hey, it's been a while since we had a school shooting. Oh, no worries. Let's see. In April of 2021, let's kick it off in Knoxville, Tennessee, where one person got injured. April, May, October. There was even one here in Philly at School of the Future. I think that's a high school. It was three injuries in October 2021. Then November was like, oh, here we go. Oxford High School in November of 2021. There you go. There's like four fatalities, 7 injuries. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's up the ante. And you see, do y'all see a little bit of a pattern happening? It's either April, May, November, December. October, November, December. What the hell is going on? You got Robb Elementary School, that happened in 2022. That's when we had 21 fatalities, 17 injuries. And then you had St. Louis, Missouri, at the Central Visual and Performing Arts High School in October of that same year, 3 fatalities, 7 injuries. And then we go on to 2023. Around the same time, March, May, and then in June in Richmond, Virginia, at a high school. 5 fatalities, 2 injuries in June at the end of the year. And then 2024, not to be outdone, they said, hey, we need one this year. We need 2. We're a little bit behind. We haven't had one in a while. And then all these school shootings start popping up. Not to mention the one that happened at the K through 12 school. And then I think the boy was like trans or something like that. And they went and they killed him. I mean, I'm sorry, they unalived him after he went on this whole spree. Man, oh man. So the number of shootings by school type since Columbine. High school has been 73 shootings. Elementary schools has been 17 shootings. At a university, it has been 7 shootings. K through 12, 8. And middle school, junior high school, or 6 through 12, 26. Injuries and fatalities and active shooter incidents since Columbine, 222 and 351 injuries. 222 fatalities, 351 injuries. Again, at the top of this, just want to show y'all that more than 382,000 students have experienced gun violence at school since Columbine. There have been 416 school shootings since 1999, according to the Washington Post. 1 dot represents 20 children exposed to gun violence. So as y'all can see, there is a cluster of dots throughout the timeline, from Columbine and all throughout. And then you got the West Nickel Mines Amish School. That was in 2006. All right. Trickling all the way down, you got the Sandy Hook, 2015. Then you got the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. That was in February of 2018. So you got the families of the victims. You got the students who are in the class who are not hurt physically, but mentally they had this picture in their head that they can't get out. You got all the schools in the surrounding area because now they're put on alert. Then nationally, all the schools are put on alert. You got people at home who have children in school affected by this because they don't even, they're so afraid to take their kids to school, and they're always they're anxious and they want to be like, I want to just homeschool my kids. Then you got the people that don't have children that don't want to have children because they're like, this world is not safe. If I was to have a child, I can't even send them to school without something like this happening. And yes, this is extreme, and this is going to the extreme. And yes, there have been plenty of people who made it through their school, their entire school tenure without a fight, without seeing a fight, without seeing any type of gun violence, without seeing anything like that. And I'm happy to say I was one of those people that didn't have to experience that, but this world is just so crazy that I would never want my son to experience something like that. We live in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the nickname for Philadelphia is Philadelphia. All right. They and this is not a nickname that is given to Philadelphia by people who actually live in Philadelphia. It's given to people who always see all the tragedy and the shootings and the different things that happen in Philadelphia via social media and all this stuff. And um am I fearful? I'm fearful anywhere that I go. I'm not okay, I won't say fearful, I say cautious. I am very cautious everywhere that I go because you never know what's going to happen. You get on the train, people are crazy. They get on the train, they be talking to themselves sometimes. You don't know what kind of stuff they got on their mind. I remember not too long ago, a woman, not here in Philly, but on the news, it was like this woman that had got unalived on a train in front of people. People didn't even like stop the dude. Like it's like they was just numb. They didn't stop him at all. Like it's stuff like that that happens all the time. These school shootings, they could definitely be prevented. They could be prevented. And I know that when I was going to girls' high, we had metal detectors. But then I had somebody tell me recently, man, I don't even have to like I would never be detected by a metal detector. And I said, that's kind of spooky. Cause he was like, well, but I also realized that this person has the complexion for protection. Because he's not going to get questioned. He's not going to be asked to strip down, cavity search. He's not going to be, and to be told that so carefree, like, yeah, I can just, that, that pissed me off. 'Cause I'm like, how do you just say that? Like, I can just go up there and I can just have it somewhere, and they think it's one thing, but it's really this, and they just flag it off because they're like, what? Why are you telling me this? But I digress. Y'all, um, we millennials, hello, how are you? Gen X, hello, how are you? We have experienced a lot of loss in our lifetimes. And it has unfortunately trickled down to Gen Z and Gen Alpha, which is my son's generation. And kids can't even be kids no more. They're becoming desensitized. You see all the time to have to run a drill. We used to have fire drills. Just fire drill. We're gonna learn how to run a fire drill, guys. You know, when a fire drill happens, everybody stand up, leave your stuff where it is. We're going to exit out this door. Don't be worried about this, that, and the third, because if a real fire happens, we ain't gonna have time to be trying to figure out where everything is. You're gonna get up, you're gonna exit out this way. We're gonna go down this stairwell and we're gonna go out the door. Every class has their own plan of what door they're going to go out and this and the third. Okay. Then it went from fire drills to now bomb scare drills. Actually, the day that everything happened with the Twin Towers, and we're actually coming up on the 23rd anniversary of that, right? I was in high school when that happened. I know I'm aging myself right now. Hush, let me explain. All right. So we had to evacuate our school, and like as if we got a bomb scare or something like that, because they didn't know what was happening with, New York and all that stuff. So we had we had to leave out the school, and it was crazy that day. All right. And whenever somebody calls in a bomb threat or something like that, we have certain type of procedures that we have to go through. It's not the same as a fire drill, but we all end up somewhere else. Okay. Now they have to go, these poor children, they have to know drills just in case there's an active shooter in their classroom. Ain't that something? We never have to do no drill like that. I never had no teacher, even when Columbine happened, there was not we have to do an active shooter drill. There was none of that. We treated it like it was an isolated incident that happened over there because those motherfuckers got something wrong with their mental. Okay. And they all the way over in Colorado. Right. But then, like they said, this Columbine thing started setting off a chain reaction. And then all these other kids the wheels were starting to turn. And it was like, hey, you know what? Security kind of lacks at our school too. And I do this episode hopefully to bring awareness to this issue. And hopefully we will see a change in how things are done. It's going to get to the point where everything's just going to be virtual, baby. We're not going to be able to go to stores no more. We're going to do all our shopping online. We're going to have to do all our schooling online. We're going to have to do our work from home. Because as y'all can see, the decline of school shootings when everybody was on lockdown. Now, what did go up exponentially was domestic violence and all that stuff because everybody's home now. So that went up, the school shootings went down. So there's never really going to be like time for just straight peace. But we do see that virtual schooling, homeschooling, provided that the people doing the homeschooling, the parents doing homeschooling actually got some sense and they know the protocols and they know how to do it correctly and they're not abusing their kids. It keeps kids out of danger, the dangers of going to school and being in a situation like Columbine or recently Alapache. As a mother who has a child in school, all we can do is all we can do. I'm kind of upset that I had to go back to work because I like the fact that I had the freedom to just pick up and go when I needed to get to my son, if ever he needed me. This is going to create difficulty for me because I can't just pick up and go and get to him like I want to, because my time is being shared at a job. Um, so yeah, I'm feeling the effects, and I don't like that I can't just pick up and go. I also will say this. This doesn't happen at every school. These incidents don't happen at every school. The fear is real, but realistically, doesn't happen at every school. So sometimes, and we would know, we know, going into a school, sometimes you scope out the scene. Be very, as a parent, question everything. Do not leave any stone unturned. Pay attention to the type of kids that's in your in your children's class, in your child or children's classes. Pay attention to the daggone teachers too. Open your eyes and don't just blindly hand your child over. I'm not saying be a hover parent. I'm saying be a covered parent. Cover your behind. Check everything. Check, if you are one of those parents who is able to drop your children off at school and stay a few minutes to see the vibes, do that. If your intuition is telling you that day, maybe I shouldn't take my child to school, and it may not happen often, but if you feel like something not right, keep your child home. Because it could be something telling you, like, something may or may not happen. Keep yourself safe. Because sometimes we feel it. We feel it in our guts. We gotta trust our intuition. Call the school and check. And my mom is gonna be like, really? You telling people to do that? You don't even really do that. I'm trying to become better at that. Okay. Call the school, check in, say, hey, is everything okay? Also, if you have a child that has a cell phone and they go to school, code words, stuff that they can, because when it's happening, they can't be on the phone like because I don't know what's going on. Okay. They can't be on the phone trying to talk to you when there's an active shooting. Like they gotta get to safety, right? But once they get to safety, if something is still in the midst, you and your child should have a code word that lets something quick that they can type, or some predictive text that they can type. I think, on your phones, you know what? I gotta look it up. On your phones, it don't matter if you got an iPhone or Android. There's something where if you tap your phone some type of way, the buttons on your phone, it can alert 911, but you gotta set it up. So if you have an Android or an iPhone and it has that capability, go and do that, like right now. Like take the time to go in and put all your emergency contacts, all that stuff in the phone, in that I oh my gosh, I gotta do another live on that so I can show y'all how it works, because you can literally like tap your button, and sometimes I do it by mistake because I be holding my phone. I don't know why I have a habit of holding my phone when I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, and I should be like, put the phone down and do what I need to do, and then grab the phone when I'm done. It triggers something. It says, "Hey, do you want me to alert the authorities or something like that?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. My bad." Every phone has that. So set it up so that if you tap them buttons, they should be able to just tap it like twice, boom, 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 and it will alert you. It'll alert whoever is on their emergency contact that, hey, something is not right, something is, and that's not just for school stuff. It could be when they walking down the street, when anytime there is a dangerous situation, they should be able to go and do, and it will alert everybody, and it's a secret way to do it. It's even a program for DV, people that's going through DV. Yes. So if your phone has that capability, take the time to set it up. All right. If you're not sure if your phone has that capability, call your phone carrier and ask them, hey, I got this type of phone. Is there any way that I can set it up where if there's an emergency, I could just hit these two buttons and it'll take care of everything for me? Because even though, like, let's say you by yourself and you're having an asthma attack, and you can't call the police, you can't even do, you should be able to go boop, boop, on your phone, and they'll alert the authorities so that they know that something is happening. And your phone is part of this big old thing where they can track your phone wherever it is, and they can find you. So it is very useful in a lot of different situations. Definitely should set that up. So you should have a code word. You should follow your gut. You should really examine the school, like, okay, where's your emergency exits? Where, because I know we want to just be like, put the kids in school, bam, great, they in school now, blah, blah, blah. Check and make sure that they're, when was the last time y'all did a fire drill? Okay. When's the next one? Okay. What's your emergency escape plan? Do they have it prominently displayed? Do y'all have a active shooter drill? Do y'all have a bomb scare drill? You got to ask all these questions now, because we want to just make sure our kids are safe while they're in school, right? Don't be afraid to ask. Don't feel like you're annoying people, because they should know. They should know. Right? So y'all, I didn't want to keep y'all this long, but I wanted to just make sure that I went through everything with you guys. Here we had a lot of comments. So Reby said, I'm so glad that this is your hot topic discussion. And she said, it looks like, and I read it, but I wasn't able to pull it up. I pulled it up now. Ernest is in the building. What's up, Ernest? He said crazy, and he said, I don't think so. And Reby said yes, but not mass shootings. Ernest said yes in 2015. Oh, these were okay. So I'm glad that you found this for me, because I didn't even look it up. He said Miles College, North Carolina A&T State University, North Carolina Central University, Tennessee State University, Texas Southern University, Winston-Salem State Universities, all in the South. All are historically Black colleges or universities, and shootings have occurred on or near all the campuses in the last month. All but the incident in North Carolina Central, and one of two shootings at or near Tennessee State had at least one fatality. Texas Southern and Miles also saw multiple shootings this year. Now, was this student sending this, or was it like, was it just people that was hating? No. Rebe said holidays, back to school, end of the year pattern I noticed. Yeah, exactly. Liberty Twitcher. What's up, Liberty Twitcher? How you been? Said much bigger than the school shootings are the daily shootings outside of schools, but that no one seems to care about. People of color are disproportionately impacted by those daily shootings. I understand, because after the whole thing that was explained with the school shooting, that same day, they talked about how a 24-year-old Black man and father was shot at over 20 times while he was holding his 1-year-old in his arms. The 1-year-old is still alive because he managed to like throw the child. So and they said the child had scrapes and bruises and also bullet fragments. But I do understand, and there is a time that we will discuss those too. Today I want to focus on the school shootings, but I understand exactly where you're coming from, Liberty Twitcher. Not they was, but rather they were. Said in Kansas City in 2020, 13 Black children were killed in shootings. That's just one city. Look at places like Chicago that are even worse. And Riri said the fear is that it can happen at any school, sadly. So, like I said, you got to be on your P's and Q's as a parent if you're sending your children to school. I know there's parents that's like, whoo, I'm glad my kids are done with school. I don't got to worry about this. But that's not true, because your kids may be out of the woods, but you may have nieces, nephews, your friends' children that are attending school. Like everybody will, you know, we want to all work together to make this a better and safer place. So, like the things that I told y'all that could be done. Really make sure, if you're a parent, that you're in tune with what's going on at your child's school. Excuse me. Make sure that you know if there's a fire drill, they know where to go. If there's, you know, make sure that all of this is worked out. I actually gave myself some homework telling y'all to get this done. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And before we go, I just want to have a brief moment of silence for those lost in all of the school shootings, and just in general, people that we have lost thus far. Thank you so much for participating in that moment of silence. And guys, that wraps up another episode of Think Different TV's Think Different TV. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the game show. Game show is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Uh, Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope y'all got some value out of what I've shown you tonight. We have an amazing Think Different TV music video of the week by Marcus G called Shake. We need a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel tonight. It was a very deep topic that we discussed. I'm sure there's a lot more research that needs to be done, a lot more that we need to unpack. But to be perfectly honest, I just wanted to shed light on it. Doing research on these type of topics really put me in a dark place. So thankfully, I do have the game show that I am working on, because it brings me joy and brings me happiness. Because a lot of and doing this show brings me happiness too, don't get me wrong. But because I decide to cover serious topics on the show, majority of the time, it does wear on your mental, okay? And then me as a mom, I'm definitely like up here like getting the stuff together to report on is no easy feat. I don't even know how news reporters do it on a daily, reporting news, and like you just gotta be like stoic, like you just gotta be like, but I'm too much of an empath to do all that. So yeah, guys, I thank you so much for your time tonight. I thank you for participating, commenting. Remember, guys, to make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on that notification bell on my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. When you share the live, you're sharing the love. And if you are doing so, please comment #Tdtv. If you are watching the replay right now, hey, what's up? I'm sorry I missed you live, but I'm so glad that you were able to tune into the replay and get some of these nuggets. If you have joined me on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram, thank you so much. Your view is very much appreciated. I love you guys. I really, really do. I want y'all to take care. And I hope y'all enjoy this music video of the week, Shake by Marcus G, because it is off the chain, y'all. And like I said, once again, we need some light at the end of the tunnel. So love you guys. Bye.
I'm coming in hot.
Hey guys, Lashia here from Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. And I have a Tdtv exclusive for you concerning my sponsor, Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly, alkaline with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, contact Captain at 267-707-8279. And why are we in my bathroom? Well, I want to show you my new Euphoria Water shower head. There you go. It's so bright and shiny and beautiful. It took me literally seconds to set up. I just unscrewed my old one and screwed this one on. It has several different settings. You can get the jet setting. You can do the regular shower setting. It is amazing. And also to know that I have the purest water hit my body. It's the greatest feeling. So make sure you make this investment, because I'm so happy that I made this investment. Call Captain at 267-707-8279 to put in that order, or you can hit them up on Euphoria Water on IG. I'm telling you, it's the best investment, the best thing I ever did.
Hey, this is your favorite niece, Aaliyah. You're watching Think Different TV, hosted by Lashia, and this is the music video of the week.
These niggas can't do it like this. Now they run around like they all my kids. Got them all mad, got them all real pissed. Wanna have a taste cause the recipe here. Drop down, get a sip of this baba. These niggas need a hit of this la-la. Make them all go crazy straight gaga. Hope another fresh pack of this la-la. Stop, get in the cut. Get in your spot when you work in your butt. Get in the zone like you work in the line. All on your grind, like double time. Go with like it's in that end zone. Touchdown on that ass like bingo. Ass so fast, so real, Super Bowl. Ass so rude, can't be cordial. Ass so big, can't get a good grip. Gotta hold it down so my ass so slip. Jiggle it, jiggle it, jiggle it, jiggle it. Drop to a spot, poke it out, then wiggle it. On your tippy toes, you don't need no help. Go and get your money, you do it yourself. That ass got you your wealth. You better get it, you better shake, 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 shake. Man, none of these niggas here coming for me. None of you ladies could ever see me. Got them all confused when I make it look easy when I roll this tree and count my money. They wanna be around this cloud, but they can't figure it out. She throw her ass around. Now watch she clean up house. Don't stop, get in the clutch. Get in your spot when you work in your butt. Get in the zone like you work in the line. All on your grind like double time. Throw it like it's in that inside. Touchdown on that ass like bingo. Ass so fast, so round Super Bowl. Ass so good, can't be control.
Ass so big, can't get a good grip. Gotta hold it down so my ass don't slip. Jiggle it, jiggle it, jiggle it, jiggle it. Drop to a spot, poke it out, then wiggle it.
On your tippy toes, you don't need no help. Go and get your money, you do it yourself.
That ass got you, your wealth.
You better get it, better shake,
shake it, 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 you shake it, let's go. Get in your spot, 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 get low, 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 get low. Let's go. Shake it, 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 shake it.
GoFundMe is not life insurance. The time for life insurance is now.
Go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
What? You mean to tell me Think Different TV has their own merch website? I just don't believe it. What? They have hoodies, mugs, toddler tees, kid classic pullovers, bucket hats, stainless steel water bottles, woman comfort tees, crew socks, kids premium tees, baby onesies, even a premium cotton t-shirt for men. And what is that? You can use the code EARLYBIRD to get 5% off of your order. And if you have Afterpay, you can split the payments. Oh my gosh, like this is just unbelievable. What colors do we have? Ooh. Fancy. That's nice. Uh-oh, it's a showdown between a music artist and a published author on this episode of Think Different TV's Player Pass. Who will be victorious? Find out by tuning in Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. Imagine a high-stakes trivia game show where contestants face off in intense battles of wit, strategy, and nerve. Every decision matters. You can take a chance on yourself or your competitor with the ultimate goal to come out on top and win the grand prize. It's not just about knowledge, it's about strategy, guts, and the thrill of uncertainty. Our enigmatic host, Bubbles, guides contestants through the ultimate trivia showdown. This is Think Different TV's Player Pass. Are you ready to pop? Catch Think Different TV's Player Pass every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel. Enjoying the show? Big fan of trivia game shows? Would you like to be a contestant on Tdtv's Pop? We'd love to have you. Contact us at 267-225-1824 or email Lashia. Think Different TV. Live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Lashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet. You're the reason I